Hey UTV Boondockers, I'm really excited. In today's episode, we're going to review the KEMIMOTO full upper doors for the Polaris General. This fits all years. This is a 2017. I've had it since 2017, and I can tell you, game changers. Just total game changer. We're going to go through the unboxing. We're going to go through the install. We're going to give you some tips. We're going to ride around and let you hear what it sounds like and see everything in action. And I'm going to give you my conclusion and my honest review so you can make an informed decision. Stay tuned. I'm gonna go lay these out in the sun, hopefully get some of the wrinkles out. Actually wrapped really nice. Those are really handy to throw in your toolbox. All right, so now let's do the install. Now I've pre-installed the other side. I'm gonna show you all the things I did because I had to learn before I could show you, right? So here's what you get. It folds out. There's all kinds of hooks on it, sticky Velcro pieces and whatnot. So the very first thing you're gonna do is I washed my rig with like a soapy rag. Just got it all soapy, cleaned it up, and then I wiped it down. Let it dry completely. And then I went over this area here with alcohol, and I did alcohol rubs all the way down. Basically everywhere you're gonna have one of these little white sticky bits here. You wanna wipe it with alcohol, okay? Afterward, then you could take this and you're just gonna set it up. I started off like in the top, and for these guys, you're gonna wrap it up and around through the hoops, like so, and then gently go around, just enough to hold it in place. This takes finagling to do. So that's what I first did. I did not unhook the roof at all. So what I did is I just lifted it like so and just went underneath and pulled it. So that seemed to work the best for me. When I set this up, I started, hooked everything up in the top and just gently hooked it up. And I started from the back and I lined it up here. Again, I'll show you in a second. And then I worked my way forward. So you had to slide some of the bits over, pull and tug. You know, you just want to get it so when you pull it, it's going to match up here good. And then eventually you'll work your way all the way up to the front. And, you know, that's it. It says it's a 15-minute install. I don't think so. I mean, this is a minimum of 1 hour because there's some prep work. I don't plan on taking these off. Okay, here's what it looks like. One thing I want to point out is I have seismic mirrors. So there are these guys like so. I use the Polaris General mount. As you can see, that kind of interferes. Now, what they do give you is the option to mount your mirrors through this little pocket. So I got a hold of Seismic. They're sending me the brackets where I could clamp them onto this bar. I originally had those, but I wanted these instead. Well, things change. But this is actually going to be good because it's going to help hold it on once I mount them in there. So I'll have those. You'll see those as soon as they get shipped and show up here in a couple days. But here's how it looks. I do have some curiosity. What's this going to be like going down the road? Is it going to pull it? It's got one sticky piece here. I guess we'll see. I'm hoping the mirror helps hold it in, but nonetheless, you want to get this tucked in under the roof line like I have it here, all the way. These are on as well. Everywhere you see stitches like this, there's either a wrap or there's Velcro pieces. So the back, this is about how I have it. All this seems to be about as good as it can get. There's a long sticky piece here with Velcro. So I lined it up to the very back edge. I tucked it up underneath and I worked my way from the back and I pulled it down. So I took my time with this. I want to make sure it's good. So this is basically what it should look like. Now, unlike your rig, most likely, I have this bed liner. And that doesn't really do well with a lot of sticky stuff. You can see my decals here. So what I did is I lightly hit it with a heat gun because it can melt it. So you got to be careful if you choose to go that route. But that'll help to make it adhere better. And then I just push it down really good to get over all these little bumps. That's what I had to do. But for those of you out there with smooth surfaces, way easier. These are very sticky. So they should be in very easy for you. just make sure we just peeled off the white backing, pulled it, stretched it. My wife gave me a hand and we just rubbed it to set it. So it's really not too bad. Because again, once this is on, I'm going to leave it. I think it looks pretty good. Kind of matches. So anyhow, stay tuned. We're going to get it all together. And then we're going to do some drive around, check it out, try to get the wrinkles out, and let you see what it looks like. So stay tuned for that. Well, I can tell you that it is a lot quieter. You hear more of the engine noise than you normally do, but I'm not feeling much of a breeze, and it's nice. This is going to be great when it's cold, raining. See, the only wind I'm noticing is right up here, this little pocket. You can feel that coming in, but I think there's a fix for that we can come up with. Overall, though, I am kept pretty warm. We're doing about 41-ish, and it's not flapping. It's holding together real nice. Yeah, I'd say it's a win. All right, so here's my review. Overall, this is a game changer. I mean, this thing is amazing. This is a 2017. It's 2025. I've never had a cabin closure, and now that I put it on, it's a little chilly of a day. It may be 50 some right now. Wow, you stay really warm. This is gonna be great in the rain. Just all those things, like when we're out boondocking, we don't have to worry about everything inside the rig getting completely destroyed with water, and we don't freeze to death. So this is gonna be fantastic. Overall, I'm very, very happy with it. The fit and finish is good. I can show you a couple points here in a second of what I did. But the quality, it's very thick. The plastic's really thick. There's still some wrinkles in it. I did set it in the sun, probably not long enough. Truth be told, I was a little impatient, kind of excited. But I think if you hit this with a hair dryer, that's some of the instructions. It's gonna take a bit because it is thick. I think that'll help it out. One thing that bummed me out a little bit, and it's nothing to do with the uppers, was I have these seismic pursuit mirrors. I love these mirrors, right? And I bought the Polaris General bracket. So for those that have this bracket, you can see, you might be able to get it to work if you wanted to. You can cut it away. I chose not to. I just got a hold of Seismic and they sent me the clamps that came with it. So I mounted them up here. What's nice is they give you this little pocket and it slides your mirror in. So it lets you mount your mirror and it kind of holds it on there, which is nice, okay? This little pocket here, I'm gonna measure it from the bottom up. So it starts about 4.5 inches and it ends at about 10.5 inches, right? So that's what you have to mount your mirror. I've not had my mirrors mounted up here, so what I'm gonna do is slide them down. They're a little difficult to see, especially that side. I'm used to them down here. So I'm gonna play with this a little bit, but I wanted you to know there's this pocket for the mirrors that you may have. You're gonna have to swap out these brackets for the ones that came with it if you have the Pursuits. Otherwise, your other mirror's probably fine. One of the things that I'm not super happy about is right up here, wind comes in here. Probably rain too. So they didn't give you some Velcro, because you can see where the stitching is. There's Velcro here, 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 and so on. They're all over, but they didn't have one up here. So I'm probably going to put one in there. I hope it sticks. That is the only piece that I could complain about if I had to. Otherwise, these are excellent, excellent. So let's go ahead and show you some of the things that I did. So as I touched on earlier, in the mock-up, you know, we put the straps in just to get it where we need it to be. I aligned it right here. So you can see basically how I did it. This gave the Velcro behind it and the adhesive just enough bite to get this to mount in there really nice. So I have the lock and ride rear window, roof, and windshield. So with this install, that's what I went with. So I ran everything back to here, and this was my reference point. And then I had to slide these, loosen them and slide them back and forth just by lifting up on the roof a little bit, and got it adjusted. And I worked my way from the back, top, and all the way down. So I wish these would wrap over more, but as you saw in the back, you can't get these around without pulling it too far forward in the back. So this is what you have up here. It does hold, it doesn't flap a lot, you know, especially with the mirror holding it there, but this spot is the only one you can see right in. So I'm probably gonna put Velcro up in there, and I'm sure that'll help quite a bit. It's good to tuck this top piece in. So that helps quite a bit. It's gonna be good for the rain. You do have to unzip them to get in, which is not a big deal. You know, you just unzip, pull that, and open the door. So just remember that, because you're probably going to go to get out and, so that's one thing to deal with. Overall, though, yeah, these are great. Highly recommend them. What a game changer. This is going to make fall and winter riding amazing. One small thing I wanted to add in here is this is a new zipper design. There have been some complaints in the past about the zippers. So this is all new. This new design, I think it was redone in 2024. Now to lube these up, if you've got any of those coolers with a plastic zipper, it looks like chapstick. I'll have a link to it in the description. I'll find some and put it out there for you. But that's how you lube up all of these zippers. So you'll zip them up, lube it up a little bit, and that'll keep them working nice and freely. Quick little tips on cleaning. Don't use dry cloths. These do scratch. So just soap and water, damp cloth kind of thing. Terry cloth, really nice overall for maintenance, and you should be good to go. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I hope this was really helpful for you in deciding if you wanted to purchase these or not. If it was helpful, click that like button down there and consider subscribing. We do a lot of these reviews. Have a great day.